Hey, it's been a minute. Nationers, in 2024, there have been handfuls and maybe even dozens of creators that have decided that in the year of 2024 that they want to step away from making content. Now today, Nationers, we have a group, a duo that you guys may know dearly. It is Rhett and Link, Nationers. You guys may know them as Good Mythical Morning, the channel that they co-host on a daily. We're going to be reacting to their video that they posted on their Rhett and Link channel. It is titled, We're Done. Now, I don't know what that means for the channel, but make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into it. I'll have a good old intro here. You know when you turn on the camera? Uncut, baby. Uncut.
We've been on YouTube since 2006.
And 2006? Nearly 20 years?
We've decided that it's time to make a change.
Oh, that's
You
an
probably
interesting
know
one.
us from Good Mythical Morning because we've made over 2,500 episodes of that.
But we've also made a bunch of other YouTube videos too since we started this original channel.
2,500 videos. 25? I guess that does kind of make sense though. Yeah, like that would be around like 10 years worth. But that's like daily over the course of like maybe let's say like 7. Sheesh.
18 years ago.
Is that all you want? Nah,
Oh,
I'll
God.
take a snack wrap. At the Red House.
Why do I feel like that?
Online world where I am king.
Nope. Chuck Testa.
Oh, God.
I'm going roller skating.
Okay.
Look who lost a tooth today.
I'm Breaking Bad.
It's my
Am I in a fever dream right now? What is going on? What is happening? What am I watching? Like, this is the history, of course. Like, they had the Red Bar and they had butt drugs. Like, these are... I can't tell if they're actual commercials that they made and decided that, yeah, this was good. Or if it's, like, a parody of those bad commercials that people make and post from, like, your local mall.
back in kindergarten. I aced my college entrance exam. It's my OCD.
What is happening? What am I watching?
I'm
Literally...
your best friend.
What is going on?
We loved making all that stuff.
Okay.
But once Good Mythical Morning really
Great
started
transition.
taking off, it became harder and harder to justify taking all this time and these resources and putting it into one solitary video that might just get a little bit more views than an episode of Good Mythical Morning. And we didn't stop having big,
That makes
ambitious
sense.
ideas. We just kind of convinced ourselves that we needed to take those big, ambitious ideas
Okay.
and we needed to drive across town and try to talk some TV network executive into letting us make the big, ambitious thing that we wanted to make.
Interesting. I don't know maybe if what they're referring to is something that they did with like a network. Maybe they did strike a deal. I'm sure they'll probably tell us here in a second. However, I feel like regardless of whatever situation you're in, there is those moments where like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Like I'm already doing something here, but it's always kind of long, but I also kind of want to keep doing it. But then also I have another thing that I really want to do. I'm that person.
Right, so what we started doing, where we started pouring a lot of our creative energy was in writing television pilots, developing television series and pitching those starring us.
Oh.
And the response that we got back was, you guys aren't the right fit. More than
It doesn't sound like this was like a one-time or two-time occurrence. This seems like this was like a dozen. Like they had a lot of scripts out there. And they're like, you know what? We wanted to start us. And those TV executives are like, you're just really not the fit.
than once, that was the message that we got back. So then we pivoted and we started developing TV shows, writing pilots. Actually, we also wrote a movie not starring us.
We tried that.
And the feedback was, it's
We
not
say
the
this
right
into this-
time.
Okay.
There was a lot of times where it wasn't the right time.
Fair,
And
fair.
then we wrote a novel that, thanks to you, became a New York Times bestseller, and we thought it would make a pretty damn good TV series.
Actually, that's why we wrote it. We basically wrote a book because we thought it would make a
That was part of the dream, yeah.
I mean, that's a good idea though, right? Like, you know, you kind of got to get your foot in the door and like, I mean, they have what, 20 million, at least 15 million subscribers on their main channel over the course of like a handful of years, or dozens of years, that is, decades of years, that is. So if you think about it, like, I feel like executives are just so up the yang, you know?
And the response back was they didn't agree, or at least haven't yet. We did land a TV show a couple of years ago. And what we quickly learned was that we had to make that show for the TV network's audience. So the original vision of what the show would be in our minds had to morph for that audience. And then I think everybody was counting on that we were bringing you along for the ride.
Okay. So they're trying to get like 2 different audiences. Like the ones that they already have will probably already watch, maybe at least a good chunk. What? Sorry. There's a Viking looking at me right now, and I'm a little intimidated. I'm really genuinely surprised that they have not just done a TV series, or at least a production style, beyond Good Mythical Morning that is, you know, an episodic type series on their own. They have this idea. They have an audience. Do it yourselves. I don't know. Like, I'm just surprised that they haven't. Maybe this is the announcements or not. We'll find out.
It wasn't. It wasn't everything we hoped.
We didn't make the show that we wanted to make. The bottom line is that we've spent a lot of time asking for permission to make the thing that we want to make.
Okay.
We are done. We're done. Do you see why we called the video "We're Done Now"? It wasn't because we wanted you to maybe think that we were retiring from YouTube and you
everyone's retiring from YouTube.
Video.
God
it had nothing to do with that.
That is going around though, in one form or
an
another.
epidemic.
And we respect creators who are taking a step back from their audience or whatever their situation is. But we're actually doing the opposite. We are.
They're going full force, $80,000 episodes. We've been doing this for 20 years. We could do it for another 20, another 30 years. How many decades you want? Let's roll a dice.
We're leaning in. To our audience.
The only thing that we're stopping doing is asking permission to make the thing that we want to make. We're stopping trying to figure out what people want us to make and just deciding to make the thing that we want to make. We're stopping asking permission to be ourselves.
Shit, yeah, that's inspirational, man.
Okay, as much as I love Rhett and Link, I always get confused on who Rhett and Link are. I think this is Rhett and this is Link. Anywho, I'm gonna refer to this as Link, even if it's not. I like how he was like, "Shit, that was really good."
We are done.
See how they react.
Asking permission to be us.
Yeah, that's right.
We're done pouring our creative efforts and time and energy into projects that you will never see. We're done.
Mind you, they've been doing that for so long, too.
Things, last year, on the Rhett and Link channel, we released 8 videos. I hope you saw them. If you haven't, go back and watch them. It was an experiment. Probably
recommended, to be honest.
For us. We were getting curious. We were asking the question, what do we want to do? What can we do? What should we do? What do we want to do?
I just get the sense like every time like they did a presentation, I don't know how far their history goes back, if they like were high school mates and whatnot. I'm sure they probably were, at least college. But I get the sense that Link like did a lot of the talking and the quote unquote yapping in a way. Like they turned like something in with like only 10 minutes to go and they just started. And then Rhett over here is like, we're stopping asking permission to be ourselves. The one-liners. He's just a one-line king, and Rhett's just like explaining everything, and he's like, "That's right. That is right." I just get the sense, like, walk for the sense that Rhett is just like pulling from straws here. He's like, but we see this as an investment. An investment in what? Us. Like states the obvious, but like the essay requires like 5,000 words, but he's at like 4,950, so he has to like explain himself a little bit more.
Our creative ideas and our team. And we also see it as an
that's an ad blocker.
in this platform, in YouTube, because we believe that YouTube is a place. I'm not about to cry. I just got something in my throat.
Oh, we're done. We're quitting.
We believe that YouTube is
It's because you mentioned OnlyFans. And I'm picturing myself naked.
Choking?
What?
We believe that YouTube is
not Link's face being like, I didn't expect that.
A place where we can make the thing that we want to make for the audience that wants to see it.
Yeah.
And we also want to believe that YouTube can be a place where you don't have to just try to anticipate the algorithm. You don't have to just make something that you try to anticipate what people are gonna like, but you can make the thing that you like, and then the people who also like it will come along and they will watch it.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly that. And I feel like even in my own world, like I'm like, I gotta make this video perfect. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It doesn't really matter. Just make the videos you enjoy. You know what's good, Jared. You know what's good. Maybe a presentation might take like 10 minutes to do, but that's okay. You know, you're proud of what you did.
So this is a risk, but we're very excited. We also feel nervous at this point.
That's fair.
I think one of the things I'm feeling right now is like, well, I don't want to build it up too much. But
it's the greatest thing ever.
I mean, we've decided we're listening to our hearts, we're listening to our gut, we're moving forward with where that's headed. Yeah, you know, if you ever, when you're making a big decision and then you make the decision, and then you take the first step, second step, third step on the other side of that decision, and you get this feeling that, yes, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
That's how we feel right now. Like,
that's good.
Because we've already started working on it.
Feels right.
And we look at last year and those 8 videos and everything that is building up to and the ideas that we have, and we just feel very assured that we're doing the right thing. We're taking the right risk. And the promise that we make to you is that we are pouring all of our passion into this thing. You know, like, we can't
talk about hyping it up more than I feel like you should have. Not that it's a bad thing, because it's good. It's good to have like faith in what you're doing. But it was also funny because when he was talking about like the steps, I was like, you know what? I was thinking like you get a little bit of that, like, maybe this wasn't like exactly what I should be doing. You know, that was that. That's where I thought he was going. It was not where he went. But I understand the passion.
Can't guarantee outcome. We can't guarantee how you're going to feel about it.
That's true.
But we can guarantee that
we have a good feeling.
We're pouring our hearts into this thing. We're passionate about it.
Good.
And if you stuck around on this channel over these past few years when we've uploaded videos kind of whenever with long gaps in between, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for believing in us.
The 5 million plus
if you're like a lot of people and you've just been watching Good Mythical Morning, thank you for that as well. I mean, first of all, we wouldn't be doing this without the success of Good Mythical Morning. That's how we have this team, and that's how we have Mythical Entertainment and the ability to make this show.
Good Mythical Morning is funding this show, basically.
And because people always seem to assume that if we have something else really work that we're going to leave GMM behind, let us just assure you that Good Mythical Morning ain't going anywhere. We've been doing it for 12 years. 12 years! We're not going to stop.
12 years. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to have 12 years, like basically daily. It's a lot of videos. 2,500 videos is a lot. But for even 12 years straight is pretty insane.
Stop it, because we actually love doing it. It brings us joy.
It's good.
And we've also developed an ability to put everything that we've got into Good Mythical Morning while still being able to make these other things that we want to make. It's just, we've been making a lot of stuff that you don't see, and now you're going to start seeing it.
That's awesome.
But you're not going to see it immediately because we've decided to release it in a certain way. We
don't say August.
Working on it right now. We're writing, we're outlining. We're going to start shooting next week.
I don't know if this video's recorded prior to when they were like bent over or not, but if it is before, this is my face as a reaction of like, if they pitch the idea. You're going to bend over and we're going to act like something in your butt.
But we're going to save and bank all of the episodes so that we can release it.
Oh, hold on. Yes. You got to have a freaking ending like that. Well, Nationers, I think there's a bit more than I would have liked to learn in today's video, some of which might be traumatizing. But what I did know is that Rhett Link are here to stay. And so am I. Subscribe!